If you've just started learning guitar and you're not sure what you need to learn, you want to keep watching this video because I'm going to be showing you exactly what you need to learn. So I'm David Lovejoy, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you everything you need to know as a beginner guitarist. In the comments and the description, I will link you to all the videos on all the topics that I have covered out of this list. If I haven't covered anything, then I will be making a video on it soon, so subscribe to my channel, you'll get that soon. So let's get started. First of all, before actually picking up the guitar and playing, we need to know a few things. So first of all, we need to know the anatomy of the guitar. So we need to learn all the different parts of the guitar and how they work and why they work, what they do. That's really important. Another thing we need to learn is posture. We want to be making sure we're playing guitar with the best posture to avoid hurting ourselves and getting uncomfortable. You want to know the names of all the open strings because that's really important when people are mentioning them. You want to know what string they're talking about. Also, you want to learn how to read tabs and chord boxes. That's very important because those are the most common ways of notating music on guitar. You also want to learn how to tune your guitar. So you can tune a guitar with a tuner and you can also tune it by ear. I recommend both, although most of the time you're going to be tuning with a tuner. A really important one is to have a good stretching and warm-up routine. Stretching and warming up will help you avoid injury from long practice sessions. It also makes you play at your peak because you're all loose and you're feeling good. Now let's get into actual playing. So I'm not going to be showing you how to play these particular things, but I have videos on most of them, and if I haven't covered a particular thing, then I will be covering it. So chords. Instead of naming all the chords one by one, I'm just going to put a list up on the screen now for you to see. So pause that, write them down. You want to learn those chords one at a time. And when you learn these chords, you want to make sure that you can play them properly, meaning that you can hear every single string ringing out nicely with no buzzing or dead sounding notes, okay? Just take one chord at a time and you'll be good. These chords are a great foundation. Once you've learned these chords, you want to learn how to change between all of them. So I'd suggest finding every combination of these chords and rapidly seeing how quickly you can change between them whilst maintaining the clarity of all the notes. That will be really important when you get to strumming chords, which is my next tip that you need to learn. You want to learn a few basic strumming patterns and you want to learn how to strum with these strumming patterns and change chords as well. After you've learnt this, you can move on to more tricky chords like power chords and bar chords. Scales. So there are a couple of scales that I'd suggest learning. First of all, I'd recommend for the first ever scale that you learn to be the E minor pentatonic scale. Now that sounds kind of difficult, but it's really not. E minor, that's the key we're playing in, and pentatonic, penta meaning 5, tonic meaning 5 notes. Pentatonic, okay? So it's a 5-note scale. After you learn the pentatonic scale, the minor pentatonic scale, you want to learn the blues scale. So the blues scale is the same scale as the minor pentatonic scale, but with an extra note added in. That's all it is, and it gives you a cool bluesy sound that you can use. Then you want to learn the major scale. That is a really important foundation for you with scales. Just learn those scales and you'll be good for now. And then you can learn more scales as you increase in your ability. Now let's move on to the final section, which is techniques. So there are a few techniques I recommend learning as a beginner. So when you're playing songs and you're playing melodies on guitar, you're going to be used to playing with all down picks, okay? There's nothing wrong with doing that, but I'd also recommend learning how to alternate pick, which means down, up, down, up, down, up. Another technique that you need to learn is hammer-ons and pull-offs. Hammer-ons and pull-offs are great because you don't need to pick every single note, and it gives a different kind of sound to alternate picking, so that's very useful to have in your arsenal of skills. And another skill that I think you should learn is how to bend notes. Bending notes creates a cool sound. I'm sure you've heard it in solos loads of times. And one final technique would be palm muting. Palm muting is really useful with chords and with melodies as well. Add that to your list of skills that you need to learn. So there's just a general overview of some things that you need to learn as a beginner guitarist. If you're stuck and you don't know what to learn, and some of these things are things that you haven't learnt yet, go through this list and learn these things. Here you should have some videos on beginner guitar lessons. I've done an absolute beginner's guitar course. It's a 10 video series, so check that out. It's going to be one of these boxes here. Subscribe to my channel, like the video, and let me know if there are any other things that I should have included in the video in the comments. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video.